Hello, friends. Welcome. So, summer is approaching us very soon, and with that, there's going to be a lot of vacations, right? And planning to go places and travel. And so, um, I actually stopped by Hobby Lobby, and they had a bunch of stuff on clearance still, and I found this. It's a jewelry organizer. And immediately, to me, I'm like, well, I can make a journal out of this. And I immediately thought of a mini travel size journal. And yeah, so I got all these little things on clearance, and I thought they were really great prices. And I thought it would all look really cute together. So I just took out everything that I think I would be needing and using, and I put it all here in front of me. And yeah, so I am going to be making a mini travel size journal um, out of this jewelry organizer. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and get a lot of ideas, and hopefully, maybe you'll create one of these as well. Um, I am planning a couple of different vacations, and I think this will just really be fun to like slip in my bag. It's so tiny and really cute. And yeah, I think I can do a lot with this, and I'm excited to fill it up. So yeah, I have all these little things here. I have this Maggie Holmes travel collection as well, and I really like that. Yeah, so this is just all things, like I said, I like to put everything in front of me that will inspire me to create. And yeah, as I'm going, I just get different ideas from different things that I take out. And I was thinking about using this paper, but I think I want to save this for another book that I have in mind. um so yeah, so I'm gonna put that aside, and I end up using this craft paper instead. And then this is also from the Maggie Holmes round trip collection as well, and I use that, and then some of this other craft paper. And so I have my cutting board here, and I'm just cutting down all the pages to size. Oh, took off that tag. um, yeah, so I love the way this is. And then what made me think about it, it has actually a compass in the front. As you can see, there's like, the north, south, east, west. So that little compass in the front, I was just like, oh my goodness, I immediately thought of a travel journal. And like I said, with vacations coming soon, everyone's off school and summer break, I thought this would be a great idea. And yeah, this specific organizer came with all these little straps and different fun little things. I can put like maybe some pencils or pens on the side there, and those other little straps. And then all kinds of things. It even had like a little tuck pocket on the side. So yeah, I'm just measuring out the papers here, and now I have them all cut and down to size, and I kind of just put them in, and I was just looking at them and measuring them out to make sure that they all kind of like fit and are even. And I did some little pockets. I didn't make many pockets. I can always add pockets later on to like tuck little things in, but I really just want to create on these papers, maybe like take some pictures of wherever I'm at, whatever like inspiration or anything that I see while I'm out there on vacation. Then yeah, I just want to like kind of jot it down or put it in there and whatnot. So I actually took all of these to the sewing machine and kind of just sewed around some of the pages and sewed in some of those pockets. And so now I'm just kind of placing the pages back together again. And this is a craft paper. It's about I think 65 pound cardstock, and it's a little thicker on the thicker side. So these aren't like really thin sheets. So they're pretty thick. Um And yeah, I didn't even realize that that was removable. So that's kind of like a little belly band there, right? Yeah, I really like that. And so I can leave it there or remove it. And then there's just so much I feel like you can do with this. I think it was so cute. And again, I found this at Hobby Lobby. I think in the jewelry section because it's a jewelry organizer. So if anyone's interested in picking one of these up, and my Hobby Lobby had it on clearance, so it was perfect. And hopefully, maybe yours has it on clearance still. I was shocked to still see things on clearance actually, but very pleasantly surprised. I mean, I was happy about that, finding all these items. I was thinking about doing a little small haul here, but it would have made the video a little too long. So now I'm just kind of lining it up and kind of making sure like where I want to place the holes. And I'm doing a very basic pamphlet stitch. So the 3-hole pamphlet stitch here. Very basic, and I didn't really worry too much about the measuring. Normally I would measure it separately on another piece of paper and just make sure everything is like perfect. But since it's for myself, I guess it was like low pressure. I didn't have too much pressure on making this one, and I actually noticed that I made this like fairly quickly in comparison to what I'm working on a lot of other books. Like this was a really quick make for me. um I guess it just depends, and if how inspired you are to create something. You see something and sometimes you just get really inspired by it. And yeah, once I saw this little organizer there, I'm like I had to get it. And yeah, so I'm just going and making those holes. And like I said, this time I didn't really measure it that great. So um yeah, I was just eyeballing it and just doing it that way. Um, and when you're like poking the holes through this leather, you can't even tell like there's a hole poked through there. So I was like, oh no, when I realized I moved it, um, I had to re-find that hole, and it's like really hard to see the holes through the leather. Um, so yeah, so I decided to actually just take the papers out and do it that way first, and then poke it through the leather afterwards. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing there. But most traveler journals will have like I know like the Moridori, something like that. Travelers journals are normally like with uh the leather cover and then like the elastic bands around it. And normally you can like take out your papers and whatnot, and um, pretty much customize it to however you want. But this is kind of gonna be more permanent. And I could have done it with the elastic bands around it, but I actually wanted to do it this way with the 3-hoop pamphlet stitch on here and make sure that these papers stay intact. And so yeah, so that's just the route that I decided to go. But I think most of these travel journals come with like the elastic band. And yeah, so this is just my version of what I consider the travel journal for me. So yeah, and you can see that I was kind of like I didn't want to take it out completely just yet because I couldn't see the hole. So I'm like playing around with it there, as you can see, trying to get it out. So yeah, so there was a lot less pressure on creating this one since it was for myself, and I just had a lot of fun with it. Just, you know, um, making this one. It was really a quick one to make, like I said, but I ended up having to take a little break in between to tend to the kids and whatnot. And so you're gonna see here, like, it's daytime right now, but it's gonna get pretty dark, and I end up having to turn on the lights in the house in that area. And so it goes from like nice bright sunlight to the indoor lighting that you'll see here. But yes, I was kind of trying to measure it with the measuring tape there, but yeah, it didn't really. I don't know. I think it kind of a little bit end up shifting a bit. And so if you want it to be like perfect, I think you should. What I normally do for my other books is I measure it off on the side and use like a little template and poke the holes that way. And so like I said, it is now a little later in the evening, and so yep, I am finishing this pamphlet stitch here. And yeah, so with these travel journals, my intention is to like just it's so small, and I don't really like to carry, like, especially when we're out on vacation, you don't want to carry like big bags or too many bags. At least that's for me. Like, I don't like to carry like big heavy bags with me. I like to travel light, and so traveling with like a small purse or bag, this little book would be perfect to go in there because it's like the perfect tiny little size here, and I just love that. And so now I'm just tying this closing it and tying it. I tied it about like three or four times, made sure it was nice and tight, and then it's not gonna come loose. And yeah, and then I was thinking of if I should keep them long and maybe like add something to it. Then I was like, no, I just ended up cutting the strings short there, and then just closing that pocket there. And so I was just kind of feeling it out here, seeing how it looked with that before I ended up sealing it completely. I was just checking it out, and everything seemed to check out pretty good here. So I was satisfied, so I just decided to go ahead and cut the strings off, and then go ahead and glue the edges, glue in that pocket there. And so now that's kind of hidden, so you won't see that where we stitched that in. And so I found this little charm that I thought would look cute with it, and again, it was on clearance, so that was perfect. And so now I'm just going in and kind of playing around with the papers. Like I said, this paper is pretty thick, and so if you're working with paper like this, you kind of want to go through each page and flatten it out, and eventually it will be like it will lay flat like this when you're working on it. And yeah, and so like I'm just playing around with some of the little die cuts that I had there, and sometimes I like to just do that to play around with the pages and just see like kind of what I would like to put in here, and it gives me a couple of ideas of how I like to decorate it, or just put. I'm not going to be doing a lot of decoration here. I'm just placing some things that I think I would like to use later on and decorate some of these pages with. So I just fill it up like that. And yeah, I'm just going through here each page and just flattening those pages out to just make it a little easier. And then I'm filling in some of the pockets as well with some of these die cuts. And like I said, this is a quick and easy one that you can make, especially if you don't have to worry about, the cover was already made, right? All I had to do was stitch in the papers there, and it was pretty much done, so that was the best part about this. And again, you're gonna see me like open and close it a couple times just because I'm just checking it out to make sure that everything fits in there. And now I went and I'm going to add the charms to it in these little feathers, like a pink and brown, like kind of like a green at the tip. And I thought it looked really good and would kind of go with what I kind of had in mind for this little journal. I like the feathers, so I thought it was a nice touch. And I'm gonna be decorating with that here, as you can see. I could have used pliers. If you have your tools, that would make the process go a lot easier, but I didn't want to go upstairs and get them, and yeah, so I just kind of did it with my hands, and it just took a little longer. But if you have the tools to do that, it'll make it a little easier for you, as you can see here. And then to close it, I just kind of squeezed it with my fingers. I mean, if you don't have the tools, obviously you can do it this way. Um, you don't need the tools for it, right? And so, yeah. So I think this looks really good there. And now I was just adding this other little charm that I had here. Um and I just put it on a little bowl pen and just left it there, and then maybe if I want to play around with it or move it around later. I also had some more charms, like a little plain and a couple of other ones that I wanted to add, but yeah, it wasn't near me, so I didn't want to get up and go get it and search for it, because right now my craft space is a mess from doing all these journals and taking everything out. And so, yeah, everything is everywhere. And anytime I need to look for something, I can't find it now because I just keep making bigger messes. So I really need to clean this up. But I'm using this again, this sticker pack from Maggie Holmes, the round trip. I really like that set, especially if you're looking to do like any layouts with like traveling or anything like that. I think this set is perfect for that. And so I just went and cut out a bunch of um, these little die cuts and little cards here and tags. There's like a bunch of journaling cards and tags and tickets and just a bunch of little fun items that you can put in your journal. And so that's what I was just doing here for later on. Again, this is just to uh help me gain some inspiration on doing those little layouts when I am out or whatnot. So I just wanted to have that in here. Yeah, and that tag didn't fit in there. So um I think the pages are big enough to like put photos in them, and obviously the tags fit there perfectly fine, so that's good. And yeah, it's small but not too small to where you can't like create, and do a layout on here. I think it's honestly like just so cute, and it's the perfect size for this little traveler's journal. At least for me it is. Um and yeah, so just a bunch of these tags. Oh, and yeah, if you've made it this far, go ahead and comment in the comment section. Let me know like if you guys have any plans for the summer or any upcoming vacations. What are you guys planning? We're still in the works of planning some things. We're still not sure. We just recently went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and I think it stopped by like 3 or 4 different locations. It was from I think Charlotte, or no, North Carolina, South Carolina to Florida, and then it stopped in 2 different locations in Florida, and then the Bahamas was the last stop, and then back. So So yeah, that was pretty fun. Actually, it was one of the best cruises that we've been on. The last couple, as far as like the experience on the cruise, because the last couple of cruises that we went on, it was like a lot of I was seasick and it was just really bad. I just wasn't ready for it. And this time I was. I had like all the different kinds of gums and bands that you can use. And like, there's like these wristbands you can put on that are supposed to prevent like motion sickness. And I took like several pills too with me. So like I was stacked for that and ready. And yeah, this time around I didn't get sick at all, and I was so happy about that because like I said, I was ready. The last couple cruises we did was through Europe, and oh my goodness, I felt like the boat was like a little tugboat, and I was pregnant. Actually, both those cruises, um I was pregnant, and yeah, it was so scary. like um but I mean, the cruise itself was pretty nice. As far as like the locations we went to, it was a lot of walking, but it was really nice and a lot of fun, really nice sights that we went to see. And so yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do this summer. I was thinking maybe another cruise. I would like to go on another cruise with my brother, um and his wife, and they recently went on a cruise, but it wasn't too good because they didn't have any motion sickness, and this was their first cruise, and yeah, they had a pretty bad experience. But we were planning on doing it together. The dates just didn't line up for us, so we would like to do it again. But this time, like, we want to all go together. And so yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of other places I want to go um and see and probably fly to. I don't know, um but yeah, let me know in the comments below, what are your plans? Where are you guys going um on your next vacation? And so I'm just here playing around again, like I said, with the stickers. And yeah, I put quite a bit in here already. And I feel like all these little like die cuts and tags and all this stuff it just helps, like, inspire like you to create and to write and to journal, and having all that stuff in there, that's pretty much, it's just fun and helps like spark, a journaling prompt or entry. And so yeah, if you made it here at the end with me, don't forget to please like the video and subscribe. That's the best way you can support me and my channel. I would really appreciate it if you can just go ahead and like the video. And also you can hit that little bell icon and you'll get notified when I release videos. And so yeah, also the month of April, I am mentioning that I am doing a giveaway. And so if you comment in the comment section, you'll be automatically entered in the giveaway. And also in the description, I'll leave all the information for the giveaway as well. And so it's just three things. You must be a subscriber, like the video, and comment below. And so here I just measured. It's a 6 by 4 inches. So cute. And I will see you later. Bye bye.